gonna get you.
We saw an M. Night Shyamalan movie last night and lived to tell the tale. See, it's bright and sunny and beautiful out here, but we saw The Visit. It's a new horror movie in the shaky cam genre. What's the genre called?
It's just like the characters in the film have cameras. They carry them around. They film a bunch of stuff, and apparently all that footage is recovered and cobbled into a film of some sort.
Here we are.
And I'm sick of this genre, and I am sick of M. Night Shyamalan movies. This is absolutely, I'm saying this, EP Daily, this is my last M. Night Shyamalan movie
on the show.
More. Listen, he has made good films before.
He sure has.
Sixth Sense, I didn't like that much. It was okay.
It was good.
But Unbreakable is a great film. I love that film.
That was an amazing movie.
And then we get this film. What the hell happened, M. Night? Here's the premise of the film. There's a mother who has a difficult relationship with her parents, and she sends her own kids. I don't understand this for the life of me. She sends her own kids to her parents' house, but she doesn't go herself.
No.
So it's these two kids. It's kind of a fairy tale situation for sure. There's even an oven in there. One of the grandparents makes one of the kids crawl into him.
Would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
There are some things that could be spoiled here, but this is an old, creepy house. There's two old, creepy people in it, and there's two young kids, and I feel like this premise is ripe for horror, thriller, kind of exploitation, and M. Night Shyamalan exploits none of it and embraces none of it, and I'm so frustrated. I'm so angry, Vic.
Obviously, you spend most of the time trying to figure out the logic of why these people would have cameras in their hands all the time for every single situation.
I know, and it's so awkward.
It's so stupid, yes.
And you're like, why is he carrying that camera? Now she's got a camera too. And, oh, I guess they're still filming everything. And I kept trying to suspend my disbelief over the course of the film. And I just felt, this movie is so silly and stupid. And I felt like whatever tension it might have had at the beginning is gone almost immediately. And then over the course of the film, it just, I cared less and less and less, and finally I got angry. I watched the end. I watched the whole thing. The thing I always think when I go into a horror film is, what kind of sense of place does this have? I mean, we're in an old farmhouse. We got all kinds of strange buildings. We're in the woods. We're disconnected from the real world, from society.
Yeah, and it's not the kids that are creepy this time. It's the old people.
Bedtime here is 9:30. It's probably best you two shouldn't come out of your room after that.
And there's some great allusions to mental illness and having to just contend with mental illness. Some of that stuff was actually interesting, but it does just fall apart because you just don't believe anything that you see on screen. You just don't believe that it was put together and manufactured by this. As good as the performers, the actors try to make their performances, they're undone by terrible scripting, and you just kind of feel bad for everybody involved, and you feel kind of like shame, I think, for M. Night Shyamalan. It just looks like an egregious chase for money. Just like, okay, this is a genre that's going to do all right. The kids are going to line up for it. M. Night, you need some box office, so let's just put your name on this sucker.
We're just cleaning it.
I mean, I want to help him. I want to give him some therapy. I want to help guide his career. I do feel like he's a filmmaker who does have talent, but he hasn't really realized it or tapped into it in a very long time. I don't mind the slapdash quality of these Blumhouse movies. I think sometimes you can get a good one there. We've had some good horror movies this year.
Sinister was one of theirs, too.
But this is not a good horror movie. This is not a smart movie. This is a very stupid movie with found footage as a part of the premise.
Ned and Pop-Up are acting strange. Ow.
Kind of strange. Becca, did you hit Tyler?
No.
It's a trope that might have worked maybe 5 or 10 years ago, but Jesus, it doesn't work anymore. Are you people living in the real world? Are you on the internet? Do you know what we can do now? And Catherine Hahn, as the mother here, keeps sending Skype calls from her cruise ship that she's on, and I'm just so frustrated. Why would you send your kids to go live with these crazy old people just so we can make a movie?
Just to manufacture a preposterous situation like this.
Angry,
what are you going to give The Visit?
I'm going to give it a 2.
I'm giving it a 3.5. EP's movie coverage is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Splatoon for the Wii U.